Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Kevin Nilson, and I'm here with the gRPC team. Myself, I run the Java, Go, and Python team, and focus mostly in the open source world for gRPC. I want to thank all of you for coming. I know all of you have a very, very busy day. You have a lot on your plates. These are busy times for all of us. And I want to thank you for taking the time, spending it with us. We've done a lot of work to prepare for hopefully what you find to be a great event. We do have free Wi-Fi here, Alphabet Guest, and you don't need a password for that. I did want to ask a few questions before we get started. How many of you, is this your first gRPConf? Awesome. Hopefully this will be the best. Do we have anybody who's been twice? Anybody we saw over in MP6? Awesome. Yeah, so MP6 is the building just over this way, and that's actually where a majority of the gRPC team sits. And last year, we were able to do our conference in that building. The closest building across the way, MP3, that's where everything began with gRPC. So you are very lucky to be right in the heart of where a lot of the exciting gRPC work is done. So do we have anyone who was with us before COVID and has done 3 or 4 gRPC confs? Yeah, in the back, several. Doug's on the team, that doesn't count. Cool. And then what about languages? How many Java developers do we have? Awesome, awesome. Android Kotlin also? Any of that? Yeah. Go? Cool. Python? Cool. So now I want to ask, how many people at either yourself or your company are using gRPC in 2 or more languages? Wow, that's exciting. 3 or more. Now we're getting toward the polyglot. 4 or more? 5 or more languages? Anyone? Maybe? Benjamin's thinking about it. Yeah, that's really awesome. That's really awesome. So we would love to hear more about what you're doing, and hopefully we have something for everybody here at gRPConf. So before we get started, I did want to thank our 2 main sponsors, Google Cloud for helping to provide this great venue. It's really, really nice. We're excited about the space, and thank Google for that. And then Buff, who is our gold sponsor for today. Finally, I want to thank the CNCF. So the CNCF is sort of not only one of the sponsors of today's event, has been working for about a year to make this happen. They're also the owner of gRPC. And so gRPC is a CNCF project. We're in the incubating state, and we're hoping to submit a proposal for graduation in the next few months. Cool. A few key people I want to thank on the program committee. These are the people who went, analyzed the talks, actually reached out to speakers, trying to get additional speakers, and put together the great set of talks that we have today at the conference. I want to thank Terry over there. He's been working for about a year on the conference. And I want to thank Connor, who's done just a tremendous amount of work. And then many of you know Antoine, who spoke at the last 2 gRPC conferences from Datadog. He's also been a great committee member. And so the 4 of us, myself as committee chair, and the 3 of them have really done a great job. Want to thank them, and maybe a quick round of applause for putting together. So today at gRPConf, we've got over 30 members of the gRPC team here with you today. So you can see a lot of their pictures here. Almost everyone on this slide is here today. And so if you have questions, if you want to learn more, these are really great people to reach out to and learn about, ask your questions, but also to provide feedback. One of the main reasons that we're doing this conference is so that we can hear from you, hear the things that you want, hear the areas that you love, but also hear the things that you don't love and things that we could do better. So that is really the main reason we're here. And so please feel open to share with all of us, share with your peers, and help us make gRPC better for everyone. There are two people that I would like to give a very special thanks to in our community. The first is Antoine, who I talked about. So Antoine has made significant contributions in gRPC Go, and we're very, very thankful for that. And we met Antoine at KubeCon in Paris, near his home, rather than here we are near my home. So we met Antoine in Paris and talked about getting deeper involved with the team. And we all knew Antoine. Basically, everyone on the gRPC team knew Antoine quite well from the many contributions. And we brought Antoine in as a maintainer for gRPC. So very, very happy with that, and we would love to see more of you do the same thing. So I want to do a quick round of applause for Antoine. So many thanks. Secondly, one of the things that we're going to talk more about later today is our development with Rust. So Lucio has had a project with Tonic for a long time that's been very successful, and the team here, the gRPC team has worked with Lucio, kind of partnering with him on development that we're starting around developing a Rust implementation of gRPC under CNCF. So we really want to thank Lucio for all those efforts, but also all the great collaboration, both that we've had recently and ongoing in the future. So thank you, Lucio. So I wanted to let everybody know about a few resources that we have out there. The first, I'm sure everyone here has seen our gRPC IO main website. That's where all the documentation are. You can stay connected with everything through there. I'm sure most of you are aware of that. We also have a Google group, and in that Google group, it's an open discussion where you can post your questions, your learnings, your findings. It's a nice online community for all of you, so please check that out. If you're not a member, sign up. Another thing that we have is we run about once a month, we run a meetup. And you'll remember when you registered for gRPConf, you answered a few questions. And one of those was, are you interested in attending in-person meetups or interested in doing virtual meetups? And so we want to continue to do that based on the results that we heard from you. A pretty high majority of people are mostly interested in in-person events. So we assume over the next year, we'll plan more in-person events, but I think we'll still do some virtual events as well. So encourage all of you to join the meetup if you haven't, and come meet with the team and learn more about gRPC. And then finally, we post on Twitter various announcements, and so go to X, and that's our group there. And then last but not least is YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel. Check that out. We've got a ton of great videos, and I'll show some of the updates there in one of the upcoming slides. So we know, that developers are very, very important to us. One of our main goals is making it easier for you to consume and use the APIs and frameworks that we provided for you. And one of the things that we learned at gRPConf, 2 years ago when we met in Detroit at the KubeCon, one of the things that we learned from all of you is that you didn't feel our documentation was good enough. And so we put a lot of effort into it. Many thanks to Terry. Terry's been leading the way on a lot of that. Put a lot of effort to go out there, add a bunch of new user guides. And it was, I think, a number in the 20 or 30 that were added in 2023. Added another 6 this year, added a bunch of new code examples. We actually added a bunch of tutorials as well. They're going to go up in the next few weeks. And then the video, we've recently added 23 new videos. And so we're working on, right now we have about 10 more that are kind of in early production as well. So you'll see more from that. So I know many of you probably are not subscribed to that YouTube channel because it is something that we've more recently started investing in, but highly recommend it. Please check it out. We would appreciate that, and enjoy the content. And absolutely, if anyone here would like to contribute a video to that channel, if you want to talk about some of the things that you've done, talk about your experience with gRPC, teach someone how to do something related to gRPC, we'd love to partner with you and get your video up on our YouTube channel. So please, absolutely feel encouraged to do that and let us know if you're interested. Cool. So I want to talk about some of the ongoing growth we have seen with gRPC. And this is, every time we do an event like this, we try to speak at all the KubeCons as well. And every time we do an event like this, I pull up this chart from GitHub stars to see, how are we trending? And I always get a little nervous. But, for the last 2.5 years that I've been on the team, I continue to see that growth. And that's much thanks to all of you. And, I want to thank you again for, making gRPC a huge success. And I want to thank the team for working so hard to try to keep things relevant, new features, bug fixes, and make gRPC great for everyone. I want to share a few of the successful metrics that we have with gRPC. In Maven Central, 70.9 million weekly downloads. So that's a really, really big number. Python, 25.8 million, and NPM with 10 million weekly downloads. So it's getting used a ton, and we're really, really excited to see that and continued growth of gRPC. So thank you, everyone. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to Abhishek. He's my boss, Director of Engineering here at Google. And Abhishek has a very, very interesting perspective because we are here today sort of celebrating 10 years of gRPC. And Abhishek is one of the founding members, and he's going to share a little bit about his time at gRPC.